Hello, I'm so glad you're joining me this morning. I'm really excited about going through this week's activity box. So let's just go ahead and get started. I have my box here and take off the lid and see what we have. You probably have already gone through this box, seeing that we deliver these every Saturday. And I do want to share that our volunteers have been bringing these to your doorstep and picking up your empty containers so we can refill them. And it has given them the greatest joy and blessing to be able to do this. So I hope that you are also feeling just as excited when we bring these boxes to you each and every week. As a gentle reminder, if you have any of our games and activities that we give to you on loan, remember this, that what you have is all we have. So please make sure you return the games and things so that we can make sure they're sanitized and ready to share for somebody else for the following week. So let's go through your box. In your box, when you first opened it up, you had your May calendar. And the entire month of May is filled out with the intention of sharing with you what we are doing on Facebook. So hopefully you have been visiting our page because you're watching this video, but we are taking all of our activities that we are doing each month and we are putting them online and then giving you supplies each week in your boxes at your doorstep so you can join us and do the activities with us. So every Monday, y'all have received a devotion book on the fruit of the Spirit. And so our families have been sharing each Monday a chapter out of that book. We have had Angie and Jack and Susan and Roger and Glenda and Phil, and we are so blessed to have a few of our volunteers as well sharing with us. So we have enjoyed every morning at 10 o'clock on Mondays hearing our devotion for the week. On Tuesdays, you get to tune in live with Kim, and Kim is going to do exercises with you. And one thing I want to make sure that I share is when those exercises are posted each Tuesday, I don't want you to just do it on Tuesday. I want you to go back on this Facebook page and I want you to play that video several times during the week. So every day you should be able to have just a few minutes of having a workout. It is so important to have that in your daily routine as we have done at Grace Arbor. So I encourage you and just plead with you to make sure that you are working out and playing those videos every day. Kim does a wonderful job and it's a lot of fun. This past Tuesday she took us outside to do our exercises, which was a lot of fun. Wednesday, I hope you tuned in on Wednesday because Kevin has come to Grace Arbor to play our piano for us and share all the wonderful music that we so love to hear every afternoon when he comes to Grace Arbor. I hope you enjoyed that. If you missed it, guess what? You can go back on our Facebook page and you can play that video anytime you want. As a matter of fact, you could play Kevin's video every day if you needed some music in your afternoon. That's a perfect one. It was an hour of fantastic music. We also have some other people that I'm really excited to share with you that are going to be posting some things up in the upcoming weeks as well. So stay tuned on Wednesdays for our music day. And then right here today on Thursday, you join me for games and arts and crafts so we can be creative and do some fun thinking skill games and just some fun painting and other activities of creating a lot of different things. On Friday is our Zoom game day, and I know that can be challenging for many of us to connect and do Zoom. The intent of that, we play games and have a lot of fun, and we put prizes in your box for attending the Zoom game. It's just if you can see our faces and hear our voices and just have some socialization together in the best way that we can. It's unique and it is a bit challenging, but it's a whole lot of fun. So hopefully you can join in with us on Fridays because it has been a fantastic turnout, and I've enjoyed seeing Tom and June and Mark and so many of the others that have joined us on Zoom on Fridays. So be looking for your invitation to connect with us on Friday when we send out that email later today. Okay, so that's your monthly calendar. And always in your box, you're going to have 2 blank cards. Oh my goodness. I hope you saw the pictures we posted. If not, please scroll back through the Facebook page and revisit, because we took your thank you cards and words of encouragement to Northside Gwinnett Hospital, and they were so excited to get these cards. They were so touched by your words of encouragement and the pictures and artwork that you put into this. It means so much to them, and they really could use a pat on the back and a lot of support right now. As a matter of fact, we've been celebrating National Nurses Week, and it's been really great timing for us to be able to send our cards to them. So keep it up. We're doing more cards, and these cards are going to be delivered to a fire department for some of our first responders. So know that when you're filling these out, say thank you, give them a shout out, tell them that just give some word of encouragement, and anything that you would like to share through a picture or through words would be wonderful. So once we get enough of these collected, we'll take them up there, and I'll make sure to take pictures and post it on Facebook so you can see how excited that they get when we do things like that. You're going to have your lunch bag, and I have been getting quite a few of these back, and it has been fantastic. So what we do is during the summertime, we hand out lunches. Our church, First United Methodist Church of Lawrenceville, partners with different groups like Village of Hope and some other wonderful programs and ministries. And what we do is give them nutritious meals for the kids that might not have the opportunity or resource to have that meal. So what we like to do is decorate the lunch bags. And so what we have is in your box a blank lunch bag, and if you would like to just draw some art, put some stickers, maybe some fun words on there, and then we will fill this bag with lunches through the summers. And how exciting is that for that child to get not only that wonderful meal, but then to know that you took the time to make their day through all of your beautiful artwork and fun things that you put on that. So please know that this is very important to these kids, and we appreciate that you reach out to them and do it in that way. Let's see. In here, we have a few handouts. And this is a poem for nurses, and it's also then a few funnies, because we all love to laugh at Grace Arbor. So what better way during celebrating National Nurses Week than to throw in a few nurses jokes and poems and appreciation for the things that you do. I know we have folks that are part of our Grace Arbor family that have been nurses in the past and have family members that are currently healthcare workers, and we want you to know how much we appreciate you and we pray for you always. So enjoy those fun handouts. You should also have for your activity today, let me go ahead and put this to the side, 2 paintbrushes and a Sharpie and 3 different containers of paint. Now, what's not in this box that you might want to just hit pause for a moment and go get a little dish of water, maybe some paper towels. The water's just to clean off your paintbrush when you're changing colors, and the paper towel's just to dab off the extra water. And then if you need any kind of table covering like newspaper or an art tray or whatever that might look like for you so you can protect your furniture, you might want to do that as well, because we are painting today. The next thing you're going to have is a piece of wood with a flower drawn on it. And so with your water and your paper towel, paintbrush, marker, and the paints and all that, you should be able to have everything that you need for the activity we'll be doing here in just a moment. But before we do our project, I wanted to share that we have been putting different games with your activity box, and just wanted to just kind of talk about that a little bit. Some of you have a deck of cards. I like the deck of cards because some of these that we have large numbers on them. See, I'm not even having to hold that very close to the camera and you can see that number, but I love the large font for everyone. It's a lot easier to see and be able to work with. So what we like to do with the cards, you can play a number of games with a deck of cards. Some of the games are some things you might already do at home together, but for the most part, you could take these and do the memory game. This is where you're simply laying the cards face down like that. Take this whole deck of cards, lay them all face down on the table, and then you would simply flip one card over and then try to guess where that same card might be. Have them flip it over, and if it's not a match, you turn it back over. And so when they get a match, no match, turn this one over, oh, look, got a match. So I'm going to take these two, put them to the side. And then I'll continue to play this game by flipping all the cards over until I find all the matches, and then that's the end of the game once you run out of cards. Another way to play this game when trying to do the memory matching game is just too challenging for someone. What you can do is let them play the game face up. So then this one is a number 10, and I would put it face up on the table. Then I would look at the next card and see if it's the same number. If it is, then I have a match. So this one's a 10, and I have a 10. So I can put that to the side. The next one's a 7, and I actually happen to have a 7 right there. Put it right there. It's a 9. There's another 9. Let's see. There's a 2. I have a lot of matches. There's a 2. Here's a 4. But my next one's a 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep playing my cards until I come with a match. And then they'll put that one to the side. And you keep doing this until you run out of cards and they have all the matches. And the fun thing about cards is that you can do the matches just by the number. You can do by the suit. You can do it by the color. There's variations. There's a variety of ways you can do that. Totally up to you on how you want to play that. But that's just some ideas for you on the deck of cards and what to do with them. Also, a fun way to do a matching game is family photographs. If you have some of your photographs that you have in your books or in boxes, wherever you like to store your photos that are printed, you can have two of the same picture and use that as a matching game. So they take that one picture and then they go through the pile to find the one that matches the one that they had put on the table. So that is also another fun way to play some of these games during the day. You also everybody had different games. We had puzzles and dominoes, just different types of Connect Four and Trouble. A lot of different fun games out there. Another one that we mentioned before was the Jenga game. And this one's called Rainbow Tumbling Tower, but it's a Jenga game. And I liked this one because of all the bright colors of the red, the yellow, and the blue on it. And there's a lot of fun ways to play this game. Let's see if I can pull out. Pull out this thing. It comes with a little die. And it has all the colors on it that match these blocks. So what you can do with Jenga basically is you lay 3 of them down in one direction, and then you turn them and you alternate, stacking 3 at a time. No particular order, no particular pattern, just stack 3 of any colors and then go the other direction. Making these towers is also a great activity for someone. Just building. You can use these to build different types of things. Use them as building blocks. Let's see. I'm going to do one more. Here we go. Got that. So you continue to stack them just like this until you have all these blocks stacked all the way up, and it usually makes a pretty high tower. We're not going to spend that time on the video for time purposes, but what you do is you'll take your little dice and you'll roll it, and that's a red. And so I need to choose which one of these reds I want to try to remove from the tower without making it fall. That's a lot of fun. So I'm going to try to push this one out. Got that one. And I'm going to put it to the side, and I can actually, when I'm putting them to the side, sort them by color. It's another activity, so you can do multiple activities just in one game. So then I'll roll it again. Now I can continue to roll by myself, or if you want to join someone and play this game, you can have 2 or more people play. The more the better, I think. It's always a lot of fun. This one I did a blue, so I can choose any of these, or I can take it off the top. All right, so you just keep going. Here's a red, and let's see, red. You can just keep trying to take the blocks off and try not to make it fall, and then try to sort them as you play the game. Lots and lots of fun. Or just simply use it to build different structures. That is also very enjoyable to do. So it's a great way to challenge someone in an activity that you can just spend an unlimited amount of time doing. So I hope that you are enjoying these games, and I hope that you're finding some of them just a little bit challenging, but mostly just a lot of fun and something to do different in your day. You have this game all week long, that puzzle, whatever it is that I gave you, everyone has something different. So you might have even had Quirkle. Quirkle is another fun game to play. So whatever you have, don't just use one day to play that game. Try to play it every day. It's a week. It's a fun activity. You're going to get something different next week, and it's a great way to stay active during the day. So hopefully you're enjoying that. We're going to go ahead and get with our craft today. Start our craft, and so hopefully you have your water by now and your paper towels and your coverings. You're going to pull out your wood, and guess what? We are going to make birdhouse fronts. This is another wonderful mission project that we do. So you really have a box full of missions today, and we create, let me back up. This wood is donated, and we have a wonderful volunteer, Brad, and I also believe Mary Higgins' husband helps Brad out, and they make our birdhouses from donated wood, and then we get the poles and rebar donated as well, and create these beautiful birdhouses. I have it right here, as a matter of fact. This one doesn't have the pole on it, but look at this. Isn't this beautiful? So what we do is we spend a day and we will paint the birdhouse fronts, and that's what we're going to do today. And then once they're dry, I give these back to Brad. And then what he'll do is send us these boxes in without the front. And we stain these. So this green that you see on here, that's a whole other project that we do when we're at Grace Harbor. We stain these birdhouses, and then once these are stained, he takes our birdhouse fronts that we gave back to him, and he puts them together. And it makes a wonderful bluebird box. And we have had so many wonderful stories about all the different bluebirds that take up their homes in these boxes wherever they live. So I'm excited about that. We sell these for $50, and so 100% of that $50 goes to Nothing But the Truth. And if you haven't checked out Nothing But the Truth, please do. Go onto their Facebook page, go to their website, and learn about them, because they do some amazing things for children and families. And so we are very fortunate and blessed to be able to support this nonprofit organization in the way that we do through selling our bluebird houses. So I am excited to do this with you today. I hope you are too. So just remember that when we're done with this project, we will need this bluebird house front back, because if we don't get it back, then we have all these wonderful bluebird boxes without a front. So it's going to be important that we get those back. So let me put that back here. All right, let's get started. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take your Sharpie, and take your top off, and I want you to write your name at the bottom right here. Just your first name. It can be on the left or the right. It doesn't matter. Just either right here or right here. Just your first name, the best that you can. What's important is that it's authentic, that it's your fingerprint, your name that is put on here. We don't need your last name, just your first name. And then some of us at Grace Arbor need a little assistance, and when we need that assistance, we do a hand-on-hand. So if you have a family member at home that needs to help you out a little bit, we can do a hand-on-hand and write your name together at the bottom of the birdhouse front. So when you're done putting your name on the bottom, put that marker back in your box. Okay? And I actually have an example of what it's going to look like when you're done. Everybody's going to have a different color. We all have different paints. So this was Lois's, and she just wrote her first name right there. Lois isn't with us anymore. We miss her. But I have her name that she wrote at the very bottom of this birdhouse front. So, got your name on it. Now let's open up our paint. I'm going to pop off this green. Okay, just take your paintbrush, and we do not worry about how this is going to turn out. You do your best, and you do it with hopefully some joy, and the outcome is going to be beautiful. So don't worry about if you didn't stay in the lines, and don't worry about it being perfect. It's your artwork, and it's going to be beautiful. And somebody's going to be very lucky to have it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the green and I'm painting my flower stem. All flower stems are green. Okay. There we go. Look at that. I just painted my flower stem right down the line. And I'm not worried about it staying in the line. I might actually go out of the line, which I've never been one to paint or color very well in the lines in the first place. And that's okay. All right, so we're going to add a little bit more green on the leaves. You're going to have pretty, beautiful leaves on your flower. So let's make them green. Okay. All right. There we go. It's a great start. Got my green. I think everybody has a different shade of green, but nonetheless, you have a green stem and some green leaves. Once you're done, you might want to rinse off your paintbrush. And then go ahead and put your lid on your green paint. And that is just so we don't accidentally try to use it on our petals. So we want to put that lid on, and yes, we definitely want to put this paint with the lid on back into our container so we can use that again for another project on another day. Then you're going to have two colors. Once you take your lid off, either one or both colors, you decide. Okay, and then we're going to paint our petals. Now, one of the fun things about painting is that you don't have to finish the project today. You may have decided to paint the leaves and the stem, and you were just done for the day and want to go ahead and finish working on it tomorrow, and that's fine. So this want to finish it today, let's just jump right in and be project, get the project going and finish it up today, or just touch it up tomorrow. There's no rush. Let's go ahead and just paint in my petal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint mine all red because that's the color I have. Some of you have purple, some of you have pinks, oranges, and I didn't have white. Sorry, Daniel. I was going to put bulldog colors in your box. Didn't have the bulldog colors. I had the red though. Just didn't have the black or the white. Okay, so you want to paint in your petal. And you can clean off your brush and then add another color, or you can just let it dry and add the lighter color on top. You know, it's from like a little highlights or something. Mine's, I didn't put a heavy coat on, so I can probably go over it a little bit. Doing it without my glasses. Look at that. That's fun. Sort of little shade, doesn't it? So that's fun. Look at that. So I have a little red and a little pink kind of blended into my petal. And like I said, there's no right or wrong way to go, but I'm going to continue to work on this and finish up my beautiful birdhouse front. And I hope that you are going to do the same, because this really is a lot of fun. It's very relaxing, and I love to take my time doing it. So when you're done, it's going to look a lot like this. You're just going to have all your petals colored in however you decide to do it. Whether they're in the lines or out of the lines, it doesn't matter. It's going to be beautiful, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you online next Thursday with another activity. So you guys stay strong and stay safe, and we'll see you soon.